All right, welcome traders. Starting another live stream. Pretty much just testing the stream settings. So I'm gonna say this again. The full disclosure: using a paper trading account. This is a simulated account, not real money. I have it set to 100K. Really arbitrary. Doesn't really matter. And the reason for this is because I don't think today is a good trading day because there's no real clear direction. So looking at the higher time frame here, you can see I'm looking for a price to actually go into this daily fair value gap. But lately we have been consolidating here. We have, I believe that's going to be a weekly. Yeah, that's weekly fair value gap. We could go back down there. We could go back up here. That's what I'm looking for. But, you know, where we're at right now, we're in between and not really clear. Taking a closer look, we do have a daily fair value gap here. It did close below and now we're above it. So I'm just considering this whole thing as a big consolidation. This was the previous week high last week. Took it out on Thursday. And we came back into the range. So if it's a sweep, kind of looks like buy stops are being taken. We could come back down to the weekly fair value gap. But this up here, that red, is going to be that daily fair value gap that I'm looking for. But who knows if we're going to take it out today. If you look at the economic calendar, not much news today or tomorrow. The big event is CPI on Wednesday. So prior to CPI, don't really feel like we are going to do a lot. You know, we could, but don't think it's very likely. Going into a 5-day 1 hour chart, you can see I'm looking at the 1 hour SIBI here. We've balanced it and then we went down below. Here's another 1 hour fair value gap to the bullish side. So I feel like as long as we're stuck in between both of these 1 hour fair value gap, it's pretty much going to be choppy and consolidating. That's why it's not really a good day to trade. So if you look at the top left, this is a simulated account, you know, full transparency, not using real money right now. And the reason is because I feel like we're going to have consolidation, no clear direction, no real reason to trade with real money. Don't want to put that risk on myself. And plus, I'm just pretty much testing out the live stream settings here. I have adjusted to 1080p, so hopefully the ultra low latency is going to give you more of a real-time analysis and not to delay too much. Go down to the 1 minute and I'm looking to see how much of a delay I have here. Looks to be like maybe like a 10-second delay. So with a 10-second delay, I think that's good enough. And market has opened, starting to get a little bit of volatility, but you can see we have the new week opening gap high and low here, and all pre-market we're pretty much just consolidating around the new week opening gap. And just to go over a little bit, this was the new week opening gap here from Friday's close and Sunday's open. We have this little gap here, and that's currently where we are trading in. And as you can see, pre-market on the 5 minute, very, very choppy, no real clear direction. If you're looking for sell side, we have relative equal lows here. Looks like we may be putting in relative equal lows here as well. On the 15 minute, not really seeing much. Buy side is going to be above here. Looks like we took out those. Well, let's go down to the 5 minute. Looks like we're going to be aiming for these relative equal lows down here. Although I wish we had a sweep of the buy side first. But so far, this could be a potential target. And then I'm going to go down to a 1 minute. See what we have on the opening bell. This was the 9:30 candle. Got some buy side above here, so it would have been better if we swept the highs. Like I said, I think we're just going to have a lot of consolidation. Going to hop back onto the 5 minute. No real reason to go lower time frame until we actually start getting some obvious displacement on the 5 minute. Okay, looks like the latency is pretty good. Guys, let me know if the sound quality is good enough. If my volume is too low, let me know. Hope you guys are all doing well. I would like to hear what your guys' ideas are. Do you think we're going to go up? Do you think we're going to go down? Do you think we're going to go sideways? Daniel Magia. Sorry if I butchered your last name, but hey, how's it going? So right now I'm looking for price to go for these relative equal lows, but gonna need to show me some inefficiency, some displacement on the 1 minute at least. And you can see the first few minutes, very choppy up and down. All of these candles, the wicks, they're overlapping with each other. Pretty indicative of consolidation, indicative of choppy price action. It did come and tap that new week opening gap low. We do have these relative equal highs up here, so I could go for those as well. Like I said, very unclear. Right now, we're just working in on the bottom of that 1 hour fair value gap. You can see the consolidation here is at the lower 50%. So that could be a signal saying we may go lower. We may be going for this 1 hour fair value gap in green. Just to back up, you can see that we have a 1 hour SIBI here and a 1 hour BSC over here. Sell side was here over the weekend, but we did poke underneath it a little bit. Could adjust it so we can say the sell side is down here. And of course, buy side up here, we did sweep it as well. You know, I don't like when the buy side is swept and the sell side is swept. Again, it makes the price action very unclear, saying, hey, we're probably going to be doing a lot of consolidating today. 15-minute, not much difference, not really seeing anything. Relative equal lows here. After we take these relative equal lows, who knows what's going to happen? We could be going for this short-term buy side. But it does look like we're moving now, going down to a 1 minute. No fair value gaps, so no clear direction. Even though we're going to go for the sell side, there's no real trade setup. So don't feel FOMO, don't feel like you're missing out on anything. The price action is just pretty tight right now. All right, so we went ahead and took out the sell side. I'm gonna go ahead and change that to a dotted line. Remember, a dotted line is what I'm using to say we've swept sell side here. And now, because we're consolidating, I'm kind of leaning towards a reversal for these relative equal highs. So if we do get a fair value gap here, I could try and take a long. Just getting ready with my active trader here. Ignore this $38. Apparently on my paper account, I had some ongoing position or whatever. I just flattened it out. You can see that I'm starting off with 100K. We'll see whether or not we actually get to do some paper trading here. But like I said, we swept the sell side. My attention is going to these relative equal highs. A lot of buy side above these relative equal highs, but no setup unless we start getting a fair value gap. And let me see about putting some music on. I kind of new to this, so I'm not exactly sure what is the YouTube copyright, whatever. But gonna go ahead and just put on. Now, sorry if let's see if I mute this. I don't want the sound to be very loud for you guys. Okay, let me just go ahead and put on some things here. Okay, this is very loud for you guys. Okay, looks like we're sweeping the sell side again. Okay, looks like we're sweeping the sell side. Are you guys hearing some music? Okay, looks like we're sweeping the sell side. Are you guys hearing some music? Is it too loud? Are you guys hearing some music? Is it too loud? Is it too loud? So once again, we swept the sell side looking for a change in the state of delivery. I want to see price go above this down candle, preferably creating a bullish fair value gap. And then if that happens, we could look for a long. Not looking to take any shorts at the moment. Not looking to take any shorts at the moment. Not looking to take any shorts at the moment. It looks like we're starting to get some displacement. I'm not really seeing a fair value gap, but if we do take, for example, this volume imbalance right here, I'm going to have my risk down below this order block. And we take a entry, could be at this volume imbalance, even though we don't have a fair value gap. This would be, what, less than 20 points of risk, so we could try for that. Less than 20 points of risk, so we could try for that. Less than 20 points of risk, so we could try for that. So if it's about 20 points of risk, let's say we want to risk $100. How I do it is $100 is about 50 points. So if I'm going to risk 20 points, that means we can take 2 contracts without going over 50 points. So here you'll adjust it by 2. We go down to 771.5 and we'll put in our order like so, and we'll put in the stop order at 53.75 like so, and there you have it. We have a trade set for about $100. We have a Remember, I am using the micros. This is the Nasdaq micro chart. Nasdaq micro chart. And I'm looking for my target to be up here. Let me go ahead and highlight this in green. That's going to be the first partial. Now, I may move the entry up higher because we are creating a fair value gap here. If that's the case, then I want to move my stop to down here. This will be the stop for the fair value gap. This will be the stop for the fair value gap. Daniel, thank you for the kind words, and don't worry, bro. You don't need to interact. Basically, I'm just testing the live stream settings. Hopefully, the lag is good. I've had problems before where I'm using like 2K streaming, and the lag just got to like maybe 10 minutes or 15-minute delay, which was really not good for live streaming price action, right? So I've adjusted to 1080p, and it looks like it's holding steady. So I think live streaming is back on the table. I thought I had to just make videos. Anyways, we created a fair value gap here, so I'm gonna go ahead and put my entry here. My stop loss gonna adjust it a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and stick with 2 contracts still. Looks like I'm gonna get tagged in. Okay, and I'm gonna definitely take a partial up over here. So looking for a 1575. Remember, this is paper trading, guys, not financial advice. Don't copy trade me. You definitely want to follow your own plans. So anyways, a 15.75. If it gets up here, 815.75. I'm gonna go ahead, take one off. And let's just hop back up to the 5-minute. You can see that we swept the sell side here. It looks like we're going for these relative highs. Going for the buy side. Here's a 1 hour. If we do get above this 1 hour fair value gap, we can be going for the buy side above this high. Although I'm not too hopeful of that. So I want to take a partial here and then move my stop to break even. So I was going to get in here. Let me go ahead and just mark it. I went ahead and got an entry here. Stop loss is still down here. So 781 to what is this? Like 25 points of risk or so. So it looks like if we create another fair value gap, I'll move my stop to break even. But, yep, looks like we're going to be taking the buy side, guys. Still keeping my stop down here. Down here below this candle. And let's clean the charts up a little bit. Now we did go back up into the new week opening gap, so this could be it. We could retest the new week opening gap just to go lower. Not ideal, but could happen. I don't really believe it though. I feel like we're gonna go up above this high. So taking a partial above these relative equal highs because we could make relative equal highs before coming back down to equilibrium. Going to the 15-minute. Not really seeing anything. You can see on the 15-minute we have a pretty big wick here, right? So that's kind of telling me that all this down move was just a stop hunt. And we may be going up for here. This is going to be my ultimate TP for today, I think. Let's go back up to 1 hour. I mean, we could go for the buy side up here, but I don't want to be too ambitious. Remember the economic calendar. Today we don't have a lot of news, and it's Monday. Daniel Mejia. That sounds Spanish. Are you Spanish? Are you from Spain or Mexico? Tapped into that 1 minute order block. Tapped into that 1 minute. Peru, okay. Tapped into that 1 minute. Peru, okay. South America, yes. South America, yes. South America, yes. So getting a lot of consolidation here. Remember, it's important to remain patient. Remember, it's important to remain patient. I have my stop down here, which is towards the lower end of this order block. So it tapped into the order block, and if we start getting displacement now, I could start moving my stop to break even. But remember, it's a Monday, not a lot of news. So could be in for a very choppy morning. Daniel says, "Where are you from?" Daniel says, "Where are you from?" I'm from the United States, but right now I am in Vietnam. So pretty much all the way on the other side of the world from you. So yes, streaming from Vietnam, but the latency seems to be pretty good. For me, it's like almost 9 o'clock at night. Let's see if we can see anything on the 2 minute now. Remember the whatever is called the ICT. What was it called? The name escapes me, but you cycle through all the different time frames to kind of see where is the inefficiency. So here's the 2 minute, not really seeing anything. We jump up to the 3 minute, and again I'm not seeing much. 4 minutes, and again I'm not seeing much. We are going above this 4 minute fair value gap. Now we're working back into that new week opening gap. Looks like our first partial is going to get hit pretty soon. If it does get hit, then I'm gonna move my stop to break even. Now just to note, we do have this 5 minute fair value gap here. I'm looking for this to be used as inversion, so inversion fair value gap. Looks like we may potentially be closing above it. Actually, we already did with this 5 minutes, so we closed above it. I'm expecting price to respect this inversion fair value gap. So if anything, I'll move my stop to just below it, or a little bit break even, and going up to the 15 minutes. You can see a lot of consolidation here, very choppy back and forth action. So after the sell side sweep, looking for this buy side to get taken. And should we be able to take to go above the 1 hour fair value gap, we can look for this high to get taken. We're going to drop back down to the 1 minute, and let's just check out the price action here. We have a fair value gap here, so I think I can go ahead and move the stop to break even. So this is just above my entry, or just below it, somewhere close to it, right? I mean, don't have to be super accurate. I'm expecting the 5 minute inversion fair value gap to hold up, and we could come back into this fair value gap, but if we go above the new week opening gap, I kind of want to see the new week opening gap hold as support. So just being patient before we get our first partial. My entry was at 781, so this is going to be a nice 34 points profit here, which is only $70 if you use micros, but if you use minis, it's going to be $700. So we are coming up to these relative equal highs. So now I'm expecting price to come back into this fair value gap, right? So you don't want to be moving your stop like, over here. You don't want to be having a really tight stop, because price can still move. It can still move down here, so just at least I'm break even. If I get stopped out, I'll break even, It looked like it did respect that 1 minute order block here. So here we go, that we took our first partial. Time to adjust my stop. Can we go above here? That is the question here. So now my stop is at break even. I took what I don't know, like 30, what was it, 30 points? 34 points or so. What was it, 30 points? 34 points or so. And zooming out to the 5 minutes. See, I'm looking for price to come up for this fair value gap here. If we go above this, now keep in mind that this is a 1 hour fair value gap. Now 50% of it, we're still under 50% currently. But if we start kind of consolidating in the upper half, that will be a really good sign for a push up for this high. So I'm gonna drop back down to a 1 minute. Don't know how long I'll keep the live stream go. So now it's coming back to this 1 minute fair value gap. I'm looking for this 5 minute SIBI to hold as an inversion fair value gap. Pulling up the calculator real quick. So my entry was at 781.5. And if you subtract 757.5, that's 24 points of risk. So I took the first partial at 815.75 minus my entry, which is 781.5. So 34.25. Let's divide by that, what, 24 points. So we're getting like 1.4 reward to 1 risk. So a 1.4 R trade so far. Let's see if we can get up to perhaps 2, right? Another way you can quickly identify your risk to reward, if you're not using TradingView does have the whatever is called the long or short position, which easily tells you your risk to reward. But if you don't have that, you can always take a Fibonacci, go from your risk to your entry, and basically do your projection. So here is like the negative, or sorry, here, right here in red, this is my 1 standard deviation. So from my entry to this point is 1 to 1. Here is 2, right? Is that right? Maybe my calculation is off, but this should be a 1 standard deviation projection. So I do 1 to 1 going from my entry to here. My risk is down here. Initial risk. Oh, I'm doing it wrong. I'm doing it to the order block. It should be here to my entries. So yeah, -1 standard deviation here. That's 1 to 1. Right here is going to be 2 to 1. So that's a good place to take another partial if you want a 2 to 1. And if we go up higher, we have -2, 2. This one all the way up here is going to be 4. You can see I'm highlighting -4, but if we go -3, we'll change this to like pink color. So here, if you go to this pink dotted line, that's going to give you a 3 to 1 reward to risk. So, just to show you how you can use Fibonacci's to decide on your risk to reward. On the 5 minute, you can see we do have a 5 minute fair value gap here. This is the first, I think it's the first 5 minute fair value gap after 9:30. This is the 9:30 candle, so you can't count this gap. That's because you got to use this as the very first candle, right? So starting from here going forward, this is going to be the first 5 minute fair value gap. Now dropping down to a 1 minute, and 9:30 is right here. There's no fair value gap. I guess technically this is the first presented fair value gap, but it's kind of small. I don't really like it. I kind of like this better, right? You can see that this from down here to up here is a much larger fair value gap. You can consider this as the first presented fair value gap from here to here, and I'll highlight this in yellow. So this right here is the first presented fair value gap, and I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this. That was a 5 minute SIBI, and you can see that when the price did dip down into that order block, it's pretty much going to 50% of the first presented fair value gap as well. And now we have this fair value gap here that's going to be our protection We do have this swing low, but I don't want to move my stop up here because we can still come back into this fair value gap. So I'm going to give it a little bit more room. Just have my stop here at break even. I'm looking for this buy side to get taken, and then we'll see if we can get above this 1 hour fair value gap. So right here, it tapped into this 1 hour fair value gap. I like how we just wicked into it and it immediately bounced back up. So that kind of tells me initially that it's going to be strong. But, you know, I don't want to get ahead of myself because this candle is not done forming. We can always create a fair value gap here to the downside and we come and stop me out. We could be coming back to the first presented 1 minute fair value gap as well. But I'm a little hopeful because we did go up here and we created relative equal highs. As you can see, equal highs. So we may be wanting to come up for more buy side. I think if we make a new high here, I will move my stop up even more. But right now it's working on this 1 minute fair value gap, so just being patient here. If we get stopped out, we get stopped out. Whatever. I already took one partial, so I'm already up for the day. If you want to add, I guess you can add here. I'm not going to. Just gonna hop back onto the 5 minute real quick. See, we have a pretty long candle or a long wick here. I'm gonna go ahead and mark out 50% of this wick. And this could definitely be another PD array. I'll give it a solid line. So right here, 50% of this 5 minute wick. You can see we tapped into it. Looks like we may be coming down back for that first presented fair value gap. But I do have it underneath this order block. Hopefully we don't get stopped out. But even if we do, still got a 1.4R trade for the day. Now, picking stop losses is not my strength, but kind of looks like it's going pretty well, you know. And it kind of looks like something ICT would do. So it'll be nice if we can get above the opening price of this candle. Give me a change in the state of delivery. It did wick above it, but I want to see a closure, right? If it closes above it, that really gives me confidence that we're changing the state of delivery from this retracement to go for the buy side. If we do get a closure here within the next what's my clock right here? In the next 10 seconds, if we close above here, then I'm gonna go ahead and move my stop loss up to just below this order block here. So we didn't get closure, but oh well, whatever. I'm gonna go ahead and move it anyways. I think this retracement down is good enough. If we take this low, I'm gonna get stopped out anyway, so might as well just move the stop. So here we respected this order block. I don't see price coming down below here anymore. I'm gonna go ahead and remove it. This was my original risk. Okay, just keep in mind this red pink line right here was my initial risk. And now, if we get stopped out, I'll be a little bit of profit for the second contract. The first contract, we got a 1.4R. So far, so good. Just a little choppy today. You can see on the 5 minute how choppy we are. Pretty much only have this 5 minute fair value gap right here. Make it a teal color. Whoops. That is not the right rectangle. Right here, you can see. I'll even make it a little bit brighter for you guys. A little hard to see. Yeah, there you go. That was the first 5 minute fair value gap. And now let's go ahead and jump down to the 1 minute. You can see how this candle here poked into that 5 minute fair value gap and kind of respected it. We'll see if this candle respects it or not. But I have my stop down here now. This was my original entry. Already took a partial above these relative equal highs here. If we create another fair value gap and we go through the buy side, I'll think about moving my stop above, moving my stop up a little bit more. Right now it's working in on that 5-minute fair value gap. Also the low of the new week opening gap, these two yellow lines here. All right, and if I do get stopped out here, oh well. Tapping into the low of this 1 hour SIBI. Remember, this big red rectangle here is a 1 hour SIBI. Touch the very low of it. You know, I'm really impressed today. I mean, it's coming close to my stop loss, but not taking it. So this wick, you can also go ahead and measure out 50% of this wick. So from the low to the high here, 50% of it. Give this a solid line. There we go. Check the sound is repeating. Thank you, Ezekiel. You're saying check the sound is repeating. I'm not exactly sure. I will look back on this live stream, and you know, I'm still kind of adjusting the settings. It may be lag. It may be on your end. But yeah. Anyways. So far, so good. Just very choppy today. So keep in mind, guys, this is not financial advice. Don't copy me. I'm not even using real money. You can see on the top left, it says right here, simulated trading. This is paper trading. It is a simulated account, not real money. Okay, I'm just reading the price action and just doing some paper trading right now. But so far, we are 1.4R up. Looks like we may be creating a fair value gap here. If so, I can move my stop to the low of this wick right here, or maybe even up here. It kind of went to 50%, but not quite touch it just yet. So if we create a fair value gap, I'm thinking about moving my stop up here. But so far, choppy day. And that's the reason why I'm not trading with real money today. Alright, just gonna go take a quick look at the economic calendar, guys. So pulled up. Right now it's 10 o'clock, so you can see no news, no real news. We do have at 11 two-star news, but no news on Monday. There's no real reason to try and get very aggressive. You can see on the 5-minute here, we have this wick. The bodies of the candles are staying above 50% of this wick. If we can get a change in the state of delivery, that would be nice. It's going to be this big down candle in white. Change in the state of delivery. It's going to be right here. Mark it out with mark it out. I don't know, we'll go with the pink color. This sort of stands out. Okay, a little too long. Pink color. This sort of stands out. Okay, a little too long. We'll do that. Changing the state of delivery. We'll do that on the 5 minute. Changing the state of delivery on the 5 minute. Right up there. Right up there. Okay, so we're kind of going above the new week opening gap high. No bodies have closed yet on the 1 minute. Waiting for a closure above the new week opening gap high. Potentially this candle will close it and maybe create a fair value gap. If that's the case, I'll be willing to move my stop loss down here on the low of this candle. You can see that, remember, this blue right here is a 5 minute fair value gap. This candle went down to about 50% of that fair value gap, and now it looks like it is rejecting. Of course, this candle's not done forming, so we'll see where we go, but no real worries, because I've already taken a partial, guys. I've already taken a partial above these relative equal highs up here. So if we zoom in right here, if we create this fair value gap, if this fair value gap remains intact, I'm looking to go ahead and move my stop loss to the low of this candle. So this one, and we'll do orange, right? So right here, and we'll make it thicker. It's a little hard to see. Okay, so right here, I'm gonna move my stop loss to this the low. Okay, so we went ahead and went above this high here. So yeah, already I think I can go ahead and move my stop loss up to about here. That's going to be 50% of the fair value gap. Clean the charts a little bit here. Okay, we haven't changed this to stay delivery on the 5 minute. And let's go ahead and go back to the 5 minute. We went above here. Now, if you were in this trade, if I was in this trade for real money, I may just take it off here and just call it a day, because you know, we could go up higher for this, you know, high, but I will be already satisfied right now. And yeah, I don't really need price to go up there, but we're gonna go ahead and see if we can do it. I'm gonna aggressively move my stop loss up, see if we can hit this, hopefully before 12 o'clock. Okay, but I'm gonna go ahead and zoom in, and I would love to see another fair value gap here. If we get another fair value gap, I could even move my stop to, let's say, this right here. We'll just wait and see when this candle closes. All right. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead, while we're waiting, I'm gonna go ahead and put my headphones on and see if I can adjust the sound. I'm gonna go ahead and put my headphones on and see if I can adjust the sound. I'm gonna go ahead and put my headphones on and see if I can adjust the sound. I'm gonna go ahead and put my headphones on and see if I can adjust the sound. I'm gonna go ahead and put my headphones on and see if I can adjust the sound. I'm gonna go ahead and put my headphones on. Thank you, Ezekiel. It does look like the sound was repeating and looping. Hopefully, apologize, you know, hopefully it wasn't too annoying for you guys. right, so may have to mess with the sound later, but we are going to the high of this 1 hour fair value gap. I think this is the perfect time to adjust your stop loss. I'm going to go ahead and use 3 PD arrays. So if you zoom in here and count, we have fair value gap here, fair value gap here, and fair value gap here. So I don't really want price to go pretty much back into this new week opening gap anymore. So I'm going to go ahead and move my stop to the high of that new week opening gap. I'm actually going to just move it a little bit lower in case I want to, tap it again. But going up to a 5 minute, we do have a 5 minute fair value gap here, but I think we are going to be heading for this high here. So let's go ahead and put in a limit order for 872. Remember, guys, this is not financial advice. There we go. Okay, and we'll just let it run this course. So you see this blue teal line right here? That was my initial entry. Went in 2 contracts. My initial risk was all the way down here, but I adjusted my risk up. First went to break even, and then I think it was somewhere here, and now my risk is all the way here. So even if it gets stopped out, gonna make some profit on the day. I want to see this fair value gap hold up as support, but we could go down to about 50% of this 1 hour. So I'm gonna just keep my stop all the way down here. Thank you, Ezekiel. Just saw your comment. Alright, so it's coming into this 1 minute fair value gap. It's okay if we overtake this and we start going lower. Looking at 2 minute, we have a 2 minute fair value gap here and here. I'm gonna go up to 5 minute. I want to see this fair value gap here remain intact. So we still have 30 seconds. But I'm going to go ahead and move my stop to the low of this candle here. It's going to be about 50% of this 1 hour fair value gap. So if you move your stop to like below this swing low, I don't think that's a good idea, right? It could very well like take the sell side below the swing low and then go higher. This could get stop run. So looking for this to be my TP. And let's take a look at the calculator. If I calculate this from 872 to my entry, which was 781.5, that's 90.5 points, guys. 90.5 points divided by 24 points of my initial risk. That's gonna give me 3.7 R. 3.7 R. I like how we are now going above these two down candles. We went back into this 1 minute fair value gap, but not moving my risk because it still come down below this swing low and then go up higher. Hopefully it'll just run for my take profit, and if that happens, I guess I'll just close the stream. You know, there's no reason to stay longer than you need to. There's more to life than just the charts, guys. So when your trade's done, get off the chart, go enjoy life. Five-minute fair value gap, it could come down here before taking the TP. So that's why I have my stop loss all the way down here. So small fair value gap right here. Just to show you guys, my stop loss is all the way down here. What I'm seeing is a fair value gap and another fair value gap, so I got my stop pretty much right here. Come on, baby. Only 10 points away from my TP. If you want, you could just close it here and forego the last 10 points. So I think with this 1 hour fair value gap, we had a sell side sweep here. This was the opening bell. We took out the sell side down here. Let's go ahead and do a projection from this low to this high. You can see that -1 standard deviations all the way up here. I can even move my stop or my limit order up here. All the way up here. That would be another 30 points. We'll see if it gets there, but I think once they take out the buy side here, I may just close out the stream. If this fair value gaps get respected, I'll probably just move my stop all the way up there. You know, looking at this, if I really want to be stingy, I could even move my stop to right here and just say, hey, I'm done. If I get stopped out, I get stopped out. But I'm going to practice some patience, keeping my stop down here at 50% of this 1 hour SIBI. Here we go, it's touching that fair value gap. So it lines up with this order block, and if you want, you could measure out the main threshold using 50% of the body here. So hopefully this holds and it makes a run for my TP. Now, I don't want to see a SIBI here. If we create a fair value gap to the downside, that's not going to be ideal. If that is the case, we may come and sweep some of these lows. But so far so good. We are respecting this order block. If we get a change in the state of delivery up here, maybe I can move my stop loss. All right, change the state is going to be above here. I think if we take out this high, I'll go ahead and move my stop loss up. But, you know, we could come and sweep this low. So if this fair value gap gets respected and we start going up higher, all this up and down right here is creating a balanced price range. I don't think price is going to come back down here. So right here, if we go above this high, I will move my stop up. Right now, my stop is actually all the way down here. Here we go. Let's go ahead and move it up. We'll put it at this low. And if I get stopped out here, so be it. But I'm looking at this as a balanced price range right here. because you got this wick up, you got this wick down, so hopefully we don't go much lower than here. Okay, this could be it. I think we may get stopped out. So it looks like we're going to get stopped out, and just do a little quick calculation here. We have 850.75. That was my stop loss. My initial entry was all the way down here at 781. So minus 781.5. That was about 70 points of profit, guys. Divide that by 24, so that was a 2.8 R. Even though I got stopped out, 2.8 R, guys. Almost 3 to 1 risk, reward to risk. We may have a retracement back into this 5-minute fair value gap, and if this holds, then I'm confident that we're gonna be going for those highs. Right here. Go for those highs, so I'll give you a chance right now. Remember, my initial entry was all the way down here. Got stopped out about up here. So take note of my PD arrays. I'm going to go ahead and close out my limit order. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm going to go ahead and close the stream. If you look over here, about $200, right? And I only risk about 100, so average about 2 to 1. And just to zoom out, remember this was see here. This high all the way back here. I think we're going to take it, and we may even head for this high. If we go to the 1 hour, it's this high up here. So overall, a pretty successful trading day, guys. Even though it was paper trading, remember, not real money, not financial advice. Ezekiel, your question, do you stream every day? No, I don't. I don't stream every day. I'm kind of just getting into it. Maybe in the future I will stream every day, but right now I'm just kind of tweaking the settings. If I think a trading day is good, then I may trade real money, and I don't think I'm ready to live stream real money. Okay, so here we go. We wicked through the take profit. So if you were able to hold, maybe I moved my stop a little bit too quickly at the end there, because you can see it came down below the swing low. Maybe I should have just moved my stop to just below this 5-minute fair value gap. So anyways, guys, I think that is it. If you're still trading, I definitely would be wary. We definitely could go more higher, but to be conservative, I think that's pretty much it. If you're still in it, I would definitely take everything off if we go above this high. But who knows if we're going to go above that high. We could create relative equal highs. Remember, today is a Monday. We have CPI on Wednesday. No news today, so it's not really going to be that dramatic. If we go above this right here, I'll definitely be completely out. It may not even get up there. It may just go into this projection. This was a -2, I believe, or -4 projection from, I think, this low to this high. So if we take this low, project it to this high, Here is 1 standard deviation, 2 standard deviation. I would say that would be the maximum. I don't know if it's going to take out this buy side or not, but if we go up there, I would definitely be out completely. So thank you guys for joining me for the stream. I think we're going to close it out. Who knows when I'll stream next. I'll try to like schedule it, but today was kind of like spontaneous just because I wanted to test out the stream setting. So definitely check out my YouTube channel. Make sure to subscribe for my weekly market outlook. And then right now I'm doing the backtesting series just to kind of show you the backtesting on 2024. But I think in the future I will have more educational videos. Plus I'm also giving you my take on ICT's 2025 lecture series. So anyways, I'll see you guys next time, and until then, safe trading.